In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a personalized banner for your LinkedIn profile using the free version of Canva. This is for you if you're brand new to Canva. It's very easy to use. Canva is a free software that is designed to help non-graphic designers create graphics that look pretty professional, and they've got loads of templates. So I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to head over to the desktop now and go into Canva. Okay, so I'm here in Canva. If you don't have a Canva account, you can just sign up for one for free by visiting canva.com. When you get into the Canva home screen, this is what you'll see. It looks a little bit busy, but don't worry about that. We're going to keep it nice and simple. We're going to go to the search bar here, and we are going to search LinkedIn banner. And we're going to get a choice of templates or projects. We're going to search for templates. Just going to hit return, and you will get a whole load of pre-designed templates. Now, there are a mixture of free templates and paid templates. You can tell if there's a charge because they will have a little crown that says Pro. So I'm going to show you on the free version today. When you have Pro, you have more features, you have more assets, so more pictures, photographs, videos, audios, etc. that you can tap into. But we're going to keep it nice and simple, and we're just going to see if we can find a template that we like. So let's have a little look through and see what comes up. They're already sized correctly for the LinkedIn banner. And I quite like this one. It looks quite clean and nice. So I'm just going to click on it. It's also going to give me some other options that I might want to look at, but I'm going to go with this one, and I'm going to click on this purple button here, customize this template. That's going to open the template up for me. And now we can start to basically make it our own. So they've already added a photograph in here that you can leave if you want to, but you might want to do something a little bit different. Now, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to pretend I'm a yoga teacher. So I'm going to change this background image. If I click on the image here, you'll see we get this purple box around the whole image. That shows that that element is selected. I'm going to go over here to the left-hand side of the page and click on Elements. And it's going to give me lots of different options. And I'm going to click on Yoga. Now, you've got graphics, photographs, videos, shapes. There's all sorts of things that you can choose, but I'm just going to go and click on photographs. Now, again, you'll see that there's a mixture of pro level photographs that have a cost to them, but there are some that don't have any cost associated. They don't have that crown. So I'm just going to go down and see if I can find one that I like the look of that is free. Let's have a little look. What about this one? That's a pro one. Let me see if I can find a free one. Here's a free one. I quite like this. So I'm just going to hover my mouse over the image. I'm going to left click with my mouse, and I'm going to drag that image onto my canvas, and you can see it just drops it into that rectangle. Now, it's obviously the image is the wrong shape for the shape of the banner. That's not a problem. I'm going to shuffle this around a little bit. So if I hover over the writing here, you can see I get that purple box around again. If I use the left click button on my mouse, I can just click it, hold it, and I can move it to where I want it. I'm just going to move that out of the way, but I don't really like the way the photograph is sitting. Obviously, we've got half of her face, half of her legs. It just doesn't look right. So I'm just going to click back into the photograph. So I get the purple frame around the photograph, and then I'm going to come up here and click on Edit Photograph. Now you see, when we're on the photograph, we get a specific type of menu up here. If I click into the text, I get a different menu. So it recognizes what the element is that we're clicked into. So I'm going to click back into the photograph. So I get this menu, and I'm going to click Edit Photo. And I'm going to go here to Crop. So now I see the whole photograph, and now I can start to play around. And I'm just going to click on the photograph, and I'm going to move her up so she comes in line with the highlighted area, which is what we'll see on the LinkedIn banner. I like that, and I'm going to click done. That looks better. So again, now I can move the text around to where I want it to be. And I'm going to change this text. Now, the reason I like this photograph for a LinkedIn banner is there's nothing on this side of the photograph, because when we put it up onto our LinkedIn profile, our profile picture is going to sit here. So we don't want anything that we might want to be able to read or see obscured here. So I like that we can keep that nice and clean and clear. So if I click over here onto the text, I can manipulate this text. If I double click into it, it gives me the option to edit. So I'm going to call this Yoga with Bev. Now that's obviously too big. So I'm going to just hover over the corner of this text box. And if I just click and hold the mouse, I can drag it and make it smaller. And then I can just hold it and move it to where I want it to go. Don't like the text font, and I don't like the black. So I'm going to click into it again. And again, if we come up here, we can see that this menu has changed. I'm going to change it actually to a different color. Now, I quite like the fact that she's got this lovely red in her hair, and I would like to pick out that red for the text. How do I do that? Well, there's a really cool little trick in Canva. So you could pick any of these colors and it would change the color of my text. These colors here are what are in the photograph. So if I wanted to, I could use a color in the photograph to make it all work well. But I really want to use her hair, and her hair isn't showing here. So if I come up to the document colors here and I click on the plus button, I get a palette that I could choose, but I also get an eyedropper or a color picker. And if I click on here, it brings up this little circle with pixelated colors in. And as I hover that circle over the image, it changes color depending on what's behind. So I'm just going to head down to her hair until I see the red that I want. I quite like that. Ah, yes, that works. I quite like that. So I'm not sure I like that font either. So if I come over to the text and I click on it again to get that purple box around it, I'm going to come up here to fonts and click on the down arrow and see what else there is that I might like. Quite like the look of that. No, that's too heavy. Let's see what else we've got. We want it to be nice and easy to read when we upload it onto our LinkedIn. So even though it may look pretty, it does also need to be easy to read. Don't like that one. That's not too bad. Quite like that, but it's too small now. So again, I'm going to hold the corner of the box and I'm just going to drag it. I could also change the size, make it smaller or bigger using the menu up here. I find it just as easy to hold the edge and drag it. Yeah, do I like that? I'm not so sure I do. I think what I'm going to do is change it. I'm going to hit a return there. The gap is too big. So I'm going to come up here, back into the menu, and there's a spacing icon, and it gives me the opportunity here to reduce the line spacing. So if I do that, it's kind of not working very well here. So I can just keep playing until I get this right. And I'm just going to resize that again. I'm going to come up here to the alignment and I'm going to click on that and center. How does that look? Do I like that? Ah, I quite like it there. Okay, that's working for me now. You just have to keep playing around until you visually see what you think works. I quite like that. Now I'm going to click in here and just change this. So mail me. I don't want to mail me at really great sites. So I'm just going to highlight that and I'm going to put mail me hello at yogawithbev.com. But I don't like it black. I'm just going to double click into here and I'm going to come up here and I'm going to change that to white, I think. How does white look? That looks better. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that. You could add any information on there that you think is relevant. You've got this perfect opportunity with your LinkedIn banner to tell your audience a little bit more about you. But just for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to keep it nice and simple. So what we need to do now is export this image into a PNG file or a JPEG file, because for LinkedIn it needs to be an image file. So I'm going to come up to the top right hand corner of Canva here, click the share button, and come down and click download. Here you can see it's already defaulted to a PNG, which is what I want. But if I wanted a JPEG, maybe I wanted a smaller image file, I can do a JPEG here. But for now, I'm going to keep it at PNG. And I'm just going to click the purple button here, download. And this is just going to go into my downloads file. So I'm here now in my LinkedIn. You can see my own banner here. Well, this is what I was saying earlier. You will have your profile photograph here, so you don't really want anything in this space. But you can add in any details that you want to really help your audience to know more about you. But I'm going to keep it nice and simple. Now, obviously, I'm not a yoga teacher, but for the purposes of this demonstration, I was being a yoga teacher. So I'm just going to pretend to change my LinkedIn banner. So I'm going to go here. I'm in my profile. You can see the edit pencil here in the corner of the image. I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to come down to change photo. Now, if you're starting with a brand new LinkedIn profile and you haven't already got a LinkedIn banner there, it will be the default image from LinkedIn, but you're still going to change photographs. So I'm just going to click there. It's going to take me to my files, and here's the one that I've just created. So I'm just going to double click on there. Give it a moment and it's going to update my image. Now that's done a pretty good job of sizing it correctly, but I am going to move it slightly because I think it looks better with her whole hand in there. And then I would normally click apply, but I don't actually want to update my LinkedIn. I'm just going to X out of that. But basically, it will then fit here. You can have a look and see if you like it, if it works. You can also always go back into Canva and make any tweaks or changes that you want. And that's how you can easily and freely customize your LinkedIn banner. If you found that helpful, I'd love you to give it a like. Thanks very much.